don't know if you just pressed something, but I can't hear you anymore.
Muted the mic.
Oh, there we go.
Alright, yeah. I was just starting to stream, so that's all.
Gotcha.
I did play the music at the beginning. You know.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, now of course I gotta test this out just to make sure I can actually hear you. Alright. Yeah, 'cause
Keep our fingers crossed. Gotcha.
I did play the music at the beginning. You know.
It's like that scene from Jurassic Park. Oh, yeah. Everybody hold up their butts, or hold on to their butts.
Now of course I gotta test this out just to make sure I can actually hear you. Alright. Yeah, 'cause
Keep our fingers crossed. Gotcha.
I did play the music at the beginning. You know.
It's like that scene from Jurassic Park. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I can hear you. Okay, perfect.
Ah.
Let's go.
Rock and roll. Let's do it.
All right.
Now, when you start the stream, do you want me to meet you at a specific point on the map, or do you want to just kind of do what we're doing here? I'll keep working contracts and.
That is perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine.
Oh.
All right. All right. Yo, what's going on, YouTube? It's WTG here. How's everyone doing today? Oh, I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. I know I am. Matter of speaking, I am actually joined by the one and the only BDD Gaming. How you doing, man?
How's it going, everybody? I'm doing fantastic. Will, how are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing really good. As you can tell, me trying to get this all set up.
Well, I mean, worse things have happened. Could have had to try to land the rockets.
Right. Jody, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Hey.
Alright, so as you all can tell, I labeled this as broadcast because BD and I are going to talk about on exactly what's been going on, like new mods, stuff like that. Now, I'm going to start off with the testing list. Now, because I get this question a lot, actually sent out to me. Even Custom Modding reached out to me and asked me about it. The testing list, there's no testing list right now, and I don't know if there's going to be one because they haven't put one out for a month now. So, whenever it drops, I will make sure I share it as usual. So,
Well, there's been rumors about whether or not there's actually going to be a testing list going in the future. I heard that some of the people that were in charge of the testing list ended up leaving the company, so that's part of the reason why they haven't been doing it. Just a rumor, though.
yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, because Chalky, aka Chris, was the one that was doing it originally, and I think pretty sure he got promoted to a different position, so he's not doing that no more.
That would make sense.
So it's a new community coordinator that's doing it. So. Let's see. Jody says good. He says, "Two knucklehead buddy."
Yes, yes. I will at least attest to the one. And yes, I am the knucklehead.
Two's the one and no one. All right. Now mods. Now, what do you think of the mods that have been getting released so far for BDD?
Oh, so there's not anything that I'm too terribly impressed with at the moment, but we're still very, very early on. But the one that I did really like is the new silo from was it Rally Kirsty 1, I think? Um that one I really like that one because not only does it hold the, grains and all the loose product, multi-fruit stuff, but it also holds liquids. So that's really cool to have a model right off the bat to be able to hold not only our solids but our liquids as well. That's one of my favorites that's dropped.
Very, very nice, very nice. Now, I don't. Now, did you watch my mod review from yesterday?
I have not, no.
Okay. Now, I put this in here, and I know for a fact, that I'm going to get heat for it eventually if someone watches it and they don't like the way I had to say, but I specifically stated that I gave it a 3.5 out of 5. Now, it's not demon. The silo looks fantastic, but why call it a multi-fruit silo if you can't put everything in it? I know, like, because it specifically says even in the the description, it says no some sort of milk can be accepted.
Either of the milks, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Yeah, no milk of any kind is allowed.
Yeah, and on top of that too, it's also, it's not me being biased or nothing like that. Like, don't get me wrong, but I do not like the modders who made that. The only reason why I say that is because they've stolen so many ideas from other people. It's ridiculous.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I wasn't aware of that.
I know, what was it, back in, I think it was FS, it was either FS 19 or FS 22. I think it might have been FS 22. DJ Goham had a big run in a counter with them, and, like, over a chat, because someone said, hey, they stole my mod, or they stole the idea that I had for a mod. And so he looked it up, and he sent it over to Giants, and their mod got removed because they did steal the idea. So
Now, is it that they like legitimately stole it, or was it two competing modders that had the same idea at the same exact time?
So basically, what happened is that the one modder created a certain mod for the. I'm trying to remember what it was. A truck. It was a Mack truck. Now their Mack truck from FS22 was it was like a Mack dump truck, I think.
Okay.
It might have been. Oh, no! It was their It was like their Lizard Peterbilt truck. Remember that one?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, it's like the P something. I forgot what it's called, but love that truck. Don't get me wrong, but there was another mod creator. I forgot who it was, and now it's going to irritate me because I don't remember who it is. But they came out with one literally not even like a month before that one came out, and it looked exactly like that one. It had the exact same design and everything. And finding out that they basically stole the model from that person and just made their own around it. So.
Oh wow.
So. So I'm not the biggest fan of them because of that reason. I mean, they do put out some pretty good mods, but I don't know. Just that's just my personal opinion, honestly.
Oh yeah. I mean, if it all shook out like that, then yeah, I'd be pretty livid too.
Yeah. Now, what do you think about like Giants releasing mods? Now, do you think that they should have been like in-game stuff, or do you think they should have been mods?
So I don't. Okay, this might be a hot take. I don't know what people are going to think about this one, but it's my personal opinion that when we have a game manufacturer that puts out the game itself, and then they turn around and put out mods, I think that's a big no-no in my opinion. The reason I say that is because, one, it should be a part of base game if you're going to create models and stuff beyond what was already in base game. But on top of that, it's one of those where oftentimes I find that the models from Giants are significantly inflated with their download size,
Hmm.
and somebody put out a similar mod or the same mod that is competing with Giants, and it's significantly smaller and often has more features. So it's one of those, like, I'm not a huge fan whenever I see mods come from Giants because, like I said, I think it should be base game,
Right.
and especially when it's so early on. Like, we're not even, what, 3 weeks into Farming Simulator 25, so they had these like in their back pocket. Why not just add them as part of base game?
Right. 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 Exactly. Um, I mean, I'm just thinking. I mean, I understand why they released him as mods. I get it. I only just know that the reason why they put some of their stuff out as mods is because they have other bigger things coming to, like, the free content update, which is coming very soon. I believe we're either getting one right before Christmas or we're getting one after Christmas. Because I know that Giants are going on their 3 week vacation here pretty soon.
Oh wow.
So we won't be seeing anything. I mean, if anything, we might get something here or there. It's like a scheduled release. But other than that, we're not really going to see much. So,
Yeah. Which, I mean, it all makes sense. It's one of those where the being around the holidays and all that stuff, I can't necessarily blame them for, taking that time off and whatnot. And I'm just personally, I'm just happy and grateful that they're, putting out free content like that to go along with the game itself.
right.
So
Yeah.
I'm not going to complain too hard about that one.
Yeah, I'm not either, honestly. Now, probably I have two favorite mods that have come out so far. Two.
Okay.
The very first one is that color configuration mod from Giant Software.
That one is nice. Very nice.
Yeah, I absolutely love that one. The other one, and I know people are probably gonna be like, "Huh," is that Class Jaguar one that came out. That is like the best forage harvester in my personal opinion. If we had that one in FS22, I would have never installed another one because that one. I'm just gonna buy this real quick. The so that I gotta go down to it. Where's there you go? Yeah, so that one specifically. So for your standards, you got Unstoppable, which is my favorite one. It's like black and the green color, which looks phenomenal. And it also has like the Forage Harvester 50 years logos, where it just looks like it's going down a line. And then got the full black one, which is black and white. And of course, you got your engine horsepowers and everything else with it. But I don't need anything else. On top of that, too, it also comes with two of the original headers. That came along in 19 and 22. It's like the original corn headers plus the new one. So it's a great chopper. Let's see here. Jody said it's crazy not having a testing list. Yep, it is. But hey,
Yeah, for sure.
you know what though? I like it because you're like, what's gonna come out today? That wasn't on the so you're always like, it's interesting. It makes it more fun.
Always going to be a surprise.
Exactly. That's what I like about it. Ken, what's
Like
going
every
on? Ken says, "What's up?"
It's always going to be Christmas with Giants going forward.
Oh yeah. I'm very intrigued for their DLCs coming out here.
Yeah, right?
Now, who was it? Daggerwin had a very, very interesting idea. I think it was his second or third video he made for. No, was it? No, it wasn't Dagger. Oh, who was it? It wasn't Daggerwin. Never mind. It was somebody else. I'm trying to remember who it was. It'll come back to me eventually. But they drove past an area right on Riverbend Springs that it's all gated up. You can't even go into it, and it looks like a huge like waste facility almost.
I think that. Are you talking about that little island that's in the middle of the map?
No, no. Give me one second. I gotta just get this real quick. Okay. That one. Yeah, I'm just getting a harvester and a tractor and trailer.
Gotcha.
Okay. So this. Not saving. Let's see here. All right, where are you? You're over here somewhere.
It's funny every time that you do something in the menu there, it just kind of stutters on my screen.
Okay, I'm trying to remember. Is it down here? Right, let's see. What is it? I gotta think it's over here where I'm at. Oh, gotta turn around. This way. Yeah, so my new PC finally shipped, so now I'm just waiting for that to show up.
Oh, nice.
Is this it? I don't know.
So have you made any progress on your map build, or are you waiting for the PC before you even start?
I'm waiting on the PC version before I start, honestly.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get for. Okay, yeah. So this is the area right where I'm at. So
Where are you?
it says access provided by the local Game and Fish, a federal aid project.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I've seen that.
Now,
I was exploring through there one day.
yeah, I know. Someone I forgot. I don't want to say it was Daggerwin. It might have been Daggerwin, or it might have been that, or Mr. Silly P. It might have been one of the two. But they personally think that this area is for a future DLC of some sort. So,
Okay.
which is a very interesting.
Maybe put
thing.
some kind of production or something like that.
Yeah, probably. Oh, we'll see here. Philippa, what's going on? She says, hi, Wilty Gaming, hi, BDD.
Philippa, how's it going?
By the way, Ken, how you feeling? I know I haven't reached out to you in here in a little bit, it feels like. Been busy. As you can imagine. Yo, this Keystarter thing is absolutely phenomenal.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
Now you have the other stuff from previous years, right? Like the beacon and all that.
No. I do not.
Oh, for some reason I thought you said you did.
No, I wanted to get it. But for some odd reason, for 22, for some odd reason, my FS22 did not want to run very well
Really?
on my PC. So, like the game graphics for FS25 look way better on my PC than FS22 did, like a long shot.
Must be all the optimizations that they did, like behind the scenes.
Probably, if I take a lucky guess, yeah. I do know that there was also something else that they added. Did you notice that?
What was that?
They that they also added the it's like how the steering is now. Do you realize how
It seems very lazy. Like the steering like doesn't want to respond crisp.
the reason for that? And I actually reached out to Chalky about this because I was like, hey, I think I found another bug after the update. And he said, no, it's intentional. They put it in that way because it's more realistic that way. So when you first start driving and it takes forever to turn, it takes forever to turn in real life. Kind of.
Oh.
So, and then the faster you go, the easier it's to turn. So, but you can adjust that in like your vehicle stuff. So,
Nice. Okay.
so
Well, at least it was intentional. It's something that they were intending to do.
Exactly. Yo, did you hear like the new trailer sound?
Yeah, the kind of clicks and pops and stuff that it does.
Yeah, when you go over a bump.
Yep.
I'm like,
Yep. It's such a small thing, but man, is that so good.
Right. I don't want to hit the building behind me. Don't hit it. Thank you. All right. Dude,
Oh, and going back to the mods real quick, I just remembered one of the other mods I'm really happy to see, kind of, was the Lizard TARDIS.
oh yeah.
So, me being a creator, and I'm sure you feel the same way, or at least I would imagine, being able to have a trailer or anything that be able to hold a lot of stuff in it is absolutely huge, because it just makes things like scenario setups and stuff like that just so much easier to do, rather than just banking on doing everything the more quote unquote realistic way. Like I said, there's tons of times where I'm setting up scenarios and setting up different stuff that it's like, oh man, I wish I had 200,000 liters worth of space in this, and then I wouldn't have to make 150 million trips.
Right. I am happy that it's here. I mean, even in the mod review, I know I did state that I probably would never use it. The only reason why I say that, I'm trying to do everything first person right here. The only reason why I say that is because on PC, when I do my mod reviews, I use the F12 button, which makes it so easy to be able to do everything. So if you need to like fill a trailer, you can just put F12 and then fill.
Okay.
So yeah, but as soon as I send you this PC that I'm using right now, as soon as I get my new one in the mail, then you'll know exactly what I mean when I say that. So it is a whole game changer. It really is.
Oh, I can imagine that it'd be so much easier to set up scenarios on PC than it would be on consoles, just because of the limitations that us console players have.
Yeah.
Having like things like super strength, having things like flying abilities, like all that kind of stuff would be an absolute game changer. Especially like something as simple as like just taking a screenshot.
Right.
Just being able to go up a few feet in the air to get that perfect kind of angle of whatever it is you want to capture is going to be absolutely revolutionary.
Right. I know. I know that also using this side panel is extremely helpful, because I actually set it up in a way that for telehandlers it's so nice, even for wheel loaders, because it has like this knob thing, like a handle, so you can go up and down, and then side to side is to basically, so you raise it and then you dump it. But for telehandlers, you can actually twist it, and the arm will boom out, and you twist it the other way, and the arm will boom back in.
Oh, that sounds cool.
And then you also got a button I configured for beacons, turn signals, and on PC you got your 4-ways.
Oh, very cool.
And then there's all different kinds of buttons. I also configured to be able to enter like your main screen, to like buy properties, also to enter the shop. And then I have another section over here, which is really cool. So number 19, for example, is to attach or detach anything.
Okay.
And then number 18, I believe it's 18. 18 is to unfold everything at once. And then 20 is to, it's either 10 that starts. I gotta write it down in the books, and I forgot what it was. But no, I have it all set up in a way that for like a mowing setup for like the butterfly mowers.
Okay.
I can just press one button and everything unfolds. I press one button, everything starts up, and I press another button and it just all drops down. So, and I just press it
Oh,
again.
now that sounds slick.
So when I get down to the end of a row, I can just press one button and everything will lift right up without me having to like worry about tabbing through everything.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, that sounds real cool.
yeah. Like I said, though, as soon as I get this new PC in, I'm gonna be sending all this down to you. So,
Well, like I said, man, I really appreciate that. That's unbelievable.
so yeah, I'm super excited because I am a console player by heart. I really am. I grew up on console basically, not on PC. Let's see here. So this one, I don't remember which one it is. Let's see. What was I gonna say? Yeah. But once you play on PC for Farm Sim and you get like a steering wheel and side panel, it changes your whole perspective on how you play the game.
I have no doubt about it. I mean, I'm the same exact way. I'm a console player by heart. I grew up, I had the original Atari way back in the day, is what I cut my teeth on, and one of those where, I had a gaming PC for a while, but really never got into it like too deep, and I think it's because I just missed having a physical controller in my hand. And then eventually they moved to where you could start linking up your Xbox controllers with them, and actually having PC gaming controllers and stuff. But I can only imagine having like the side panels and the steering wheels and the joysticks and the this, that, and the other things would just take it up to the next level.
Oh yeah.
And I think I've told you about this story before, but there was a video I saw from not way back in the day, but it was definitely for FS, like early days of FS22, where it was like the craziest setups people had, and this particular person I saw had 3 televisions that were actually turned at a 90-degree angle, so they were basically set up vertically,
Right.
and they were wrapped around him. So he was sitting in a chair, and he had, the steering wheel, he had a joystick, he had the side panel. I mean, the whole 9 yards. It was all set up. But the video that they were showing was him in the cockpit. It was all first-person view. And when he was doing his thing, he was actually doing like a wood cutting demonstration.
Right.
So it looked like he was legitimately inside the cabin of the harvester. And like I said, he had 3 televisions. They were all wrapped around him. So it looked insane. And being able to see the game from that perspective just kind of was like, whoa. Like, that's next level cool. You better believe if money was no object, I'd be doing some crazy stuff like that.
Yeah. I know. I know that. I already talked to Bree about this, but eventually, because like I said, I got a new PC coming. I already got my new steering wheel. Excited for that. And then and as soon as I get my new PC, I'm actually getting 3 new monitors.
Oh, snap.
So, and they're all 4K monitors, like real 4K, and they're 49 inches each. So it's like a full like wraparound, basically. So.
Oh man. Tell you what, it sounds like you have a very understanding wife.
To a point.
Well, I'll put it to you this way: if I said to my wife, "Hey, sweetheart, what would you say if I went and got me, 46-inch, 4K monitors, and 3 of those, and a gaming PC, and this, that, and the other thing?" She's like, she would just stop listening by the time I got to 3 46-inch monitors. She would stop listening to that point and just turn on her heels and walk into the other room. Like, not even respond. Not even, like, facial expressions, nothing like... No, 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 no. She would just be like, hey, sweetie, what'd you think of the why are you walking away?
Right, right. Nice. Oh, let's see here. What did Ken say? Wiltie's UTE had the same hours as my Fent Vario. 33.5. Oh, nice. Now, like, what is your favorite feature in FS25?
Oh, man. I mean, I cannot say what my favorite is, because it's more of a just general... the aesthetics. So, what do I mean by that? I mean all the various different things that kind of aggregate into the game itself. So, the water ripples, the dense fog over the river, the... like, just all those little things that are just kind of innocuous in the background kind of stuff that really add up to a whole new game experience. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I would label separately, like, things like the kind of ground deformation and stuff like that. I wouldn't label that as part of the aesthetics. Like, that one there is like a purposeful kind of, depressing of the ground and all that. But I'm talking like those little things in the background that, you would expect to be there, but because we have played FS19, FS22, and so on and so forth, all the previous iterations,
Right.
that we now see and notice that, like, wow, that's a thing. But if somebody came into FS25 as brand new to the game, wouldn't even know it. Wouldn't even see or even think that that was something that was to be, like, marveled.
Right. And like I'm like the exact same way. I can't choose on like what my favorite feature is, honestly, because I got so many of them, and I know that there's so many of them. Like I can't GPS base game, baby animals base game. Like ripples in the water, like the new sounds for everything.
So, funny story is I was playing on Zelonka,
Yeah.
and I just so happened to go down to the water. I had to fill up a tanker, and as I'm going down to fill it up, all of a sudden I drove into the water, and that's when I realized, oh, hey, look at that rippling water. It completely slipped my mind that was one of the features that they added into the game, and I was like, whoa. Like, that's a thing now. And I literally, like, my jaw just dropped. And I'm like, no, that's something that's next level cool.
Right. I know, before I say that, let's see here. Ken says, so guys, how many collectibles have you found on Riverbend Springs? 3. I found 3 so far on my Xbox. There's actually one at the main farm.
Yes, I found that one. I think I found 3 or 4 total. I can't remember off the top of my head. There's one at the main farm. There's one in a watchtower. And then there's another one to the north. If I remember right, it was just off of the roadway, I think around Field 25, if I remember right. Somewhere in that ballpark.
I believe it was around there, yeah. Let's see here. What else is here? Thomas Collins, what's going on? Says, hello. I am new to Farming Simulator 25. I will be getting it for Christmas, and I will be playing it on my PS5. Oh, that is awesome. It's a fantastic game. I mean, yes, there are some bugs, but they're working on another patch. So,
one thing before we jump into that, I've been hearing a lot from people. It's like, oh, it's so buggy, it's so this, it's so that. Yes, I 100% agree with everyone's assessment of how buggy and how annoying that is. But that's kind of the world that we live in when it comes to gaming.
Right.
And it's one of those that I can't sit there and be mad at Giants or really any manufacturer nowadays, because there's not a single manufacturer that you're going to purchase their game that isn't going to be like that anymore, because they don't invest in a team that is dedicated for the actual removal of these kind of issues.
Right.
What they do is that they have us. They have the actual players go in, and they are the non-paid for, team who goes out and finds these issues.
Right. Exactly. I mean, like, and any new game that comes out, I mean, even like Grand Theft Auto 6, when that comes out, that's gonna have bugs, and my biggest thing, and it literally is my biggest thing, is I'm just over hearing people complain about it.
Yes.
And I've stated it in this other. So I got my Facebook page, which if you guys haven't yet, Will T Gaming on Will T Gaming FS Encyclopedia on Facebook. You'll find me there. I post everything. Of course, everyone knows that there. New mods, anything like that. And I'm part of this other group, and there's so many people that complain. I put out a big 3-long paragraph on how I'm done with it. I'm done hearing the complaining about it. It's like, it is what it is. Do you want to give yourself any shout-outs there, man?
Yeah, sure. If you want, go ahead and follow me over at BDD Gaming on YouTube. You can also hit up any of my social medias there on Facebook, Instagram, X, also on Discord. All the links are in the description on my channel. Yeah, just go ahead and give me a follow there. I do all sorts of content, such as Let's Plays, live streams, channel shorts, the whole 9 yards.
Perfect. Let's see here. Ken says, "Welcome, Thomas." I know he said something else. Let's see here. Before I continue this. Ken says, "My 3 tractors have over 60 hours in game, LOL." Wow. Already. Wow.
That's racking it up.
I really haven't had much time to play. So, I mean, as everyone can tell that's been watching my live streams for mods, like, I either go through them so quickly now because I don't really have time. Last night, dude, I was about to fall asleep. I was so exhausted, but I'm like, I have to get this out. Thomas says, the newest PlayStation that just came out, that's the one I'm getting. This will be my first farming simulator game. I've never played it. Never played them before. Well, you know what? You came at the perfect time. This is like the best one.
Yeah. Thomas, number one, congratulations on the console and getting it for Christmas and all that. And congratulations on playing Farming Simulator 25 when you get it. It's far and away the best version of Farming Simulator that we've ever gotten by far. I've played now since Farming Simulator 19, so this is the 3rd iteration of the game that I've played, and it's night and day different from when I first started, and it's night and day different from the previous game that was out for 22. Yeah, you are starting at a very, very high point of the series, so congratulations being there.
Right. All right, let's see here. So, like, what do you think of like a lot of the modders that have been putting it on Facebook about all their stuff coming out? What do you think of that?
Oh, I'm so excited and I'm bored with it because it's one of those, like we were saying earlier, we don't get a testing list anymore.
Yeah.
So instead of a testing list, we can go follow these people on Facebook or on, whatever social medias that they're on, right, and be able to kind of gauge as, okay, this is something to look out for. This is something that's at least in the pipe. So we'll be able to, kind of gauge what it is that we can expect, at any given point in time. So that's really nice, being able to have that kind of, heads up. And we're seeing some big stuff coming down the pipe. Mm-hmm. Combston Farm, man, am I looking forward to that one.
Right. Oh, yeah. In FS25, that's going to look amazing.
it looked amazing for FS22, and what I'm kind of hopeful for is the kind of how do I want to put this? The kind of generalization of the map itself, because the 22 version kind of came out in a time where things were kind of happening in the world, kind of thing. So you had those kind of in-world things kind of coming into the game, kind of thing. So it was what I'm referencing in particular is the signage that says "Wear your masks," kind of thing. Now, it is what it is. People do what people do. I don't really have no beefs with that. But it was just one of those kind of things. It's like, okay, that's a little too on the nose for, you know what I mean?
Right.
So it just something that kind of, I won't say rubbed me the wrong way, but just kind of like, okay, let's calm down here.
Right. Exactly. No. I mean, I'm super excited. I know 82 Studios already has 2 mods submitted off for FS25, and he also has one submitted off too for FS22.
Oh wow! So still making stuff for 22.
It's his last mod for FS22 though, which is his it's his TLX, that new TLX. It's not the TLX Phoenix. It's a different one he was making. That new one that he was talking about but never came out.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember the name of it now. Yeah, but so he finished that up. He sent it off for FS22 and FS25. And the other one that he also has submitted in as well is his multi-fruit buying station.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I saw the post that you made for that one. That I'm excited to get, especially for a testing map.
Oh yeah.
Like those aren't mods that I tend to use on general gameplays and stuff like that. It's very rare that I'll actually put them in because I don't find that they're like at all realistic.
Right.
But it's one of those that for a testing map is absolutely phenomenal.
Oh yeah. Now, I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but can you hear that trailer? Oh, it sounds so good. Like I'm going through the field and all you can hear is the trailer. Dun, 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 go to the field.
Yeah, and that's the part of what I was saying earlier is those kind of general things that they've added to the game that really has enhanced the gameplay itself. The kind of clanging from the trailers, the kind of background stuff that, like I said, most people who are brand new to the series, brand new to the game, wouldn't even bat an eye at. They wouldn't even probably know that was new, kind of thing, unless they've been following news or somebody told them, kind of thing. Right. Thomas is probably a good example. Like if you hadn't pointed that out, would Thomas had known that was a new feature, kind of thing. Right. But it's all those things when you kind of take them into aggregate that is just something special to behold.
Right. Yeah. Let's see here. Oh, let's see here. Thomas says, "What am I going to do? What I am going to do is turn off seasons so I can plant what I want when I want." Yeah, you know what? You can do that too, man. That is in the game, which is fantastic. The best thing about Farm Sim is people play the way they want to play.
Yes.
Which is absolutely fantastic. Jody says, "I love still playing 22 and 25, still play 19 sometimes." I have 19 installed. The last time I went back to that was maybe 5 months ago. The only reason why I went back is to play on one map. Well, technically 2. That was Lone Oak and Chellington Valley. But for 22, I'll go back here and there. I mean, I mainly stick towards FS25. So, Jody, I love playing unrealistic multi-fruit buying station. Can't wait to come out. Jody, we all know how you play. I don't agree with it, but yeah, Thomas, I definitely want to say my top 3 favorite features of this game so far for 25 is baby animals based game, GPS, and the ground deformation.
Yeah, 100%. The only thing that I will slightly complain about, is I feel like baby animals were kind of cheaped out on. And the reason I say that is because you think back to 22, when Baby Animals was first introduced on Valley Springs. What were the things that we got in 22 that we don't have here in 25? Baby chicks, like baby chickens, like
Right.
the itty bitties, like the yellow fluff balls, and baby horses.
Right.
Those are the two things. And here's the thing: is I'm not a big horse guy when it comes to farming simulator. It's very, very rare that I will actually set up a horse farm and deal with the headache that is horses.
Right.
But it's one of those that, for those people who horses are their world kind of thing, that's what they want to set up, and that they love that whole kind of interactivity of being around the horses and riding them and doing all that stuff. That's kind of a big deal.
Right.
Never not to have a foal like running around the stable kind of thing. That's kind of a disappointment more than anything. It's maybe complaint is not the right word, but just I feel disappointed, like a father who's just looking at their child. You know what I mean?
No, I got you. I got you like 100%. There was another. Black Sheep Modding's that one flatbed trailer with the forklift that came at the end of FS22 is coming at the
Yes.
beginning of FS25, and it's already been submitted off to Giants.
Oh, I'm beached. Oh, there we go.
So, Jody with a bunch of laughing emojis.
Well, and so referring back to Thomas real quick, the great thing, like Will was saying, the greatest thing about FS in any game, any 25, 22, 19, so on and so forth, is the customization. It works for any player on the planet.
Exactly.
You can adjust the seasons, you can adjust the deformations, you can do all these different things that just makes it to whatever kind of gaming style that you want to play, you can play.
Right.
And you being a brand new player, you can turn the seasons off so you don't have to worry about the calendar. You can turn off rock picking so you don't have to worry about picking up stones and dealing with those and that potentially damaging your equipment.
I absolutely love picking up rock. Okay. Now I might sound kind of weird for saying this, but my favorite thing to do in the game, besides mowing and windrowing and all that, is using a roller on your fields. Absolutely love doing that.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, I tested it out, dude. I tested out. What was it? I tested it out on my Xbox. So if you use like the Anderson or even the K branded, I don't want to say it because I know a whole bunch of people have been demonized or whatever the word is for it. The K brand Merge Max. If you hire a worker with that, right? He will actually do, for example, so if you have it going off to one side, and you know how I told you that, like, for, like, mergers like that, right? So basically, you start at one side, and then you make a windrow, and then you turn back around and basically go back on itself, right?
Yep.
The worker will actually do that.
Oh, nice.
I found that out, and I was like, this is going to save me so much time now.
And that's the other big thing that Giants did when it came to the differences between 22 and 25 is the workers. The workers are so much more intelligent than they were in FS22.
Yeah. I mean,
the whole GPS system by itself is just night and day different. Being able to set up your not your tram lines, your working lines and doing all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's just next level stuff.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Let's see here. Thomas says, "Are you playing on console or PC?" I play on console and on PC. As of right now, I'm on my PC. I know B2D is on his Xbox.
Correct.
So, there was another mod that I know I put out. This is gonna irritate me now, dude. I put out so many mods, like for the for like the links and everything. I can't even keep track anymore. I can't.
Wait a minute. Wait. Are you telling me that the FS Encyclopedia has limits?
To a degree.
Well, that's not acceptable. We've got to upgrade your hard drive or something.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, here we go. So BC Beeler, so he already submitted in his North American Shed Pack from 22.
Oh, nice.
He also submitted in his crop inputs, or his co-op. That was in 22. The mod that he brought from Edgewater, Saskatchewan.
Yes.
That's coming back. That's gonna be great for multiplayer. His Seedhawk pack is coming back.
I remember seeing the Seedhawk. That one I'm happy about.
His Soaring Eagle is coming back. That drive over
Oh
conveyor.
yeah.
Yeah, that's coming back. His Meridian Grain bin pack is coming back, and now he's got license for FS25 as well for his Foremost smooth wall hopper bin pack, which I'm excited for.
Nice.
So, oh yeah, and then you got EED's Corner, which sent off his Kloss Baler. I mean, and right now he's got like his big American Midwest maintenance shop from FS22. He's already got that submitted in. So, oh yeah.
Yeah, I think that we are going to be, really sitting pretty when it comes to mods here within the next month or so. We're going to have some really good stuff to kind of behold here very shortly, I think.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Giants are going to be going on vacation here pretty soon, so I wouldn't really expect anything for about 3 weeks, maybe even 4. Thomas says, now are you able to use the indicators and the caution lights and all that kind of stuff? Now, indicators, yes, but your 4-ways, no. 4-ways are on PC. You do have your beacons you can use. Ken says, yes, Thomas, you use indicators and caution lights. These are all built in the game. Caution lights as beacons, yes, but like I said, 4-ways, no. So if you're on PC, then yeah. But, which is a big bummer. I really wish they would have brought that to all platforms.
And you would think that they would be able to. Like, that's rather surprising because it would just take a button combination. And you figure we've got so many various button combinations that there's got to be something out there that they could do.
Mm-hmm. It'll probably come later on, probably.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff going on in FS right now, and it's... So basically everything that came late in FS22 is coming FS25 early. I know custom modding already has, 5-6 mods already set to go.
Nice.
For FS25, so, and one of them is their slurry tanker boss, the one that came out like real late, like the end.
Yes. Okay.
I know both their John Deere harvesters are coming back. I know their John Deere air cart and seed drills coming back. I also know that their Velmetal pack is coming back. Oh, I'm so excited for that. Both of them, the feed mixer and the slurry tankers. So.
Oh, nice.
So, and probably now, FS22. I know that a lot of the mod packs were heavy for like megabyte usage.
Yes.
Did you notice in FS25 they're a lot smaller?
Oh yeah. With the only exception I've noticed is the Giants. The Giants equipment I've seen so far still seems very heavy in their file sizes.
Yeah,
Specifically their mods is what I'm referring to.
But if you take a look at their mods compared to other things, they're very highly detailed.
This is true.
And also, I know Polycount came out and stated that he was. Oh no, it wasn't Polycount. It was 4D Modded. He came out and stated that he was very excited because now you can have higher poly count on your mods, which make them even better than what they were in FS22, more detailed. So
Now, I've heard rumors, and correct me if I'm wrong with this. I've heard rumors that it's possible in current state that all platforms can receive 4X maps. Have you heard anything about that?
So from what, because I've asked Chalky, I've asked a couple of people. From what I've been told is the new gen consoles can. Because of how they did the megabyte. So for example, what was it? Alma, Missouri. You know how that was like 800 and something megabytes?
Oh yeah.
In FS25, it would be like half that. So you're looking at like 400 something. So a lot of 4X,
That's crazy.
So a lot of 4X maps will be able to come to all platforms, like the new gens, because of the file size. So because it's lowered. So and Giants, I know stated that they will not bring a 4X map, not at least in FS25. But modders can bring, or attempt to, bring a 4X map to all platforms.
Which I'm not too heartbroken that Giants won't necessarily bring a 4X map. Because, I mean, here's the dirty little secret, and I think that most people in their heart of hearts will agree with what I'm about to say, is that although Giants maps are very nice, they're beautiful, you know, they've got their place.
Right.
The problem is that they become very old very quickly. And I can't put my finger on it as to why. I don't know if it's because it's what we're kind of given at the start, and there's not really anything that kind of keeps the map fresh going forward. Unlike a modded map to where you could receive, you know, updates periodically, you can get changes, you know, or who knows? I mean, there could be multiple different things. But I think that people, for the most part, would agree with the statement that pretty much once new mod maps come out, it's very rare that people kind of revert back to the original Giants maps. I could be wrong about that. I might be, you know, speaking out of turn, but I think that'd be kind of the general sway.
Well, I can tell you that for definitely, and I know in FS22. I mean, don't get me wrong. I loved Elm Creek. It was a great American map, probably one of the best that they came out with. But I'm gonna tell you flat right now, Riverbend Springs wipes that off the floor.
Yes, 100%.
By like a long shot. You know, and I know some people may agree, some people may not, which is perfectly fine. And it's like it's also like FS22, like their Haunt Battle Route. That was a great map, highly detailed. Everything else, I feel like Boontai Pantai or whatever it is.
Yep.
I feel like that map by itself is better than Haunt Battle Road.
Oh yeah, I 100% agree with that statement.
And also because now it's the base game, modders can use it. And Celebuki reached out to me and he told me that that he will be adding this in to maps, to my map when he gets around to it, is stoplights. They actually put stoplights on maps and have them functional.
Nice.
Just as like in the Eastern Asian map. Like the
Yep.
stoplights actually work, and traffic will actually stop at them too. You know.
And again, going back to what I was saying earlier, it's that those little details, those little things that most people would not even pay attention to, but because we kind of get more deep into the weeds because we're year in year out players,
Right.
that we notice and that we take notice of and that we appreciate.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, how about the rain effect in FS25?
Oh, so good. Just being able to see the kind of accumulation of the rain on the roads. Like, I'll be honest with you, I haven't gotten far enough in any of my game series so far to see snow and to see how it actually interacts with the map itself. But I've seen several iterations of rain, and wow, just wow, is that just next level cool. The puddles in the road. Like 22, there was certain map makers that kind of attempted things like that, like Stellabuki, having the kind of, I don't know how you would want to describe it in technical speak, but just that kind of general skinning of the road, seeing the
Right.
water just kind of pooling kind of thing, but it was very one-dimensional, especially in compared to what we see here in this version. Like, this version seems like it's got that kind of depth that the previous iteration didn't. It just seemed like the road was wet, it wasn't really pooling that much, it was just kind of, here you go.
Right.
Now, for the time, it was amazing. It was absolutely next level, and every map maker that used it should be celebrated because it was revolutionary for 22. This is next level beyond what we could have, hoped and expected ever in 22.
I agree 100%. Most funnest channel in Everyday Bro. Most Day Bro has subscribed. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. It's a mouthful of a name, but thank you. It's just, also, what was it? And have you seen like their updated winter effects in this game?
I'm sorry, they're updated what?
Winter effects.
No, so like I said, I haven't made it far enough in any of my gameplays to be able to actually say, I've seen winter at all.
So I went through winter, right? And they're absolutely phenomenal. I have not seen their new one yet, but from what I've heard, it looks so realistic to the point I can look out my window and be like, "Am I in this game?" I'm like, "What?" Okay, I'm just gonna turn around here real quick, get this last little row, and I'm gonna catch up with check. Let's see here. I love GPS. I can just set it. Let's see here.
And you know what feature that that I really am enjoying, because it seems like it actually works in this version of the game compared to last year's or 22's version, is being able to send your workers from point A to point B and actually expect them to get there.
Exactly.
Like, I've not tried to actually send a worker to actually dump grain or do anything like that automatically for me just yet.
Right.
That is on the horizon. But I can say I've sent dozens of workers, like, from the shop to a field so that their vehicle is just there and ready to go when I get over there, kind of thing. And
Right.
it's worked every single time. I've yet to come up with a scenario where it hasn't worked. Actually, you know what? No, that's not true. There was one scenario, and it was because of the traffic spline. They got in the way of somebody else's traffic, and they just failed at that point. But I can't be mad at that. It's one of those where, at bare minimum, there was something that made sense. To where there were times in FS22 where you would send a worker with your vehicle from point A to point B, and that they would just kind of trail off and end up at point C, which was nowhere near point B.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Oh, and like plus like hiring like workers now, like they'll actually do the headlands. Oh,
Yes.
which is absolutely phenomenal. Okay, let's see. Here. Thomas says, "How do you turn on the turn signals?" Ken says, "What contracts are you doing, BDD?"
So right now I'm working on a hoeing contract, and actually, word of warning for anybody who has not noticed this yet: pay attention to your contracts. If you're borrowing equipment and you don't have the necessary equipment to do them by yourself with your own equipment, pay attention because there are scenarios where you will lose money with a contract because if you borrow the equipment for that contract, you'll then your lease cost is higher than the contract cost that you're getting. So, for an example, I just took out 2 contracts, both of them for hoeing. One of them was a payout of $768. The leasing cost was $780, so I would have lost like $26 or something like that if I would have taken the equipment out for that. So just pay attention to what the leasing cost is versus the final cost of the contract. And what I did in this particular instance is I leased. Sorry, some reason the the frames were dropping.
Oh, I'm in the menu. I wonder if that's why. Not like the
Yeah,
shop menu. Well, because I'm getting like that main farm piece of property. I was taking a small little loan out.
that yeah, it all of a sudden went from about 60 milliseconds per to all of a sudden like 140. It's like, it's stuttering. What's going on? But yeah, no. So right now I'm working on holding contracts, but I'm pretty much taking whatever I can get my hands on because when it comes to contract work, it's all about making money. It's all about bringing in money to the farm and whatnot. So I'm here to be Will's generator is essentially what I am.
Let's see here.
And hopefully it'd be a little window dressing on the stream.
Okay, let's see here. Ken says on PlayStation, I think it is top left bumper and left, right on D-pad.
I think it's the top right bumper and D-pad.
Yeah, I think it's the top right. It's like one to think of it. And then Thomas says, "Can you go outside the cab so I can see from a different view?" Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
And again, that's another thing about this game is you can play first person, you can play third person. We didn't get third person player view in 22. That to me is so cool, having the third person view of your player.
Oh yeah, like 100%. Like I'm gonna shut this tractor off here. I'm gonna hop out now. Now if I go to, let's see here.
Well, and personally, the reason why I like that so much is that it makes your wardrobe actually worth taking a second look at. Because when you're looking at everything in third person, unless you're playing on multiplayer games and stuff like that, you don't see what you wear at all. So, hey, it's wintertime and I'm in shorts and a t-shirt. Well, what do I care? I can't see it. It doesn't matter. And it's just one of those kind of things. But now that we have the ability to see in third person, it's one of those where the wardrobe that your player is wearing kind of matters.
Right.
Because, if you get in the middle of wintertime and you're wearing shorts and a t-shirt, it's like you're, especially in my case, because I'm another streamer, YouTuber, whatever you want to call me. It's one of those that if I'm in the middle of winter and I'm in shorts and a t-shirt, people are going to be like, dude, can you not afford a pair of pants?
I'm just trying to figure out what button it is to go to third person. Because, oh boy. This is, you know what, I think it's going to be all the way down at the bottom, I think. Let's see here, no, not that. Radio, no vehicle sights, no. Oh, that is weird. It's not. Oh, maybe.
So, I want to I want to just say just how incredibly impressed I am with Will in this stream.
Why is that?
Because we started the stream not even probably about an hour ago ish, maybe. And somehow, some way, you've spent over $800,000. I'm just impressed. I'm genuinely impressed. I thought I was a big spender.
Oh, give me a break. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, to be fair, I mean, I had to get a harvester, I had to get a header trailer, I had to, everything I got.
Oh. Wait. Something just dawned on me. You spent more than $800,000. You took out a loan. You said.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm impressed. Ooh, darn it. Oh my goodness. Like I said, it's a running the reason I point this out is because it's a running joke on my Let's Play where I'm spending money and my cousin who's also in the Let's Play series is basically making the money. In my Let's Play series, my cousin is my generator, just like I'm Will's generator. And Will is outpacing me by a factor of 10 to 1 at minimum. So I'm just impressed. I just wanted to point that out.
Oh, I'm trying to figure out what button this is.
And I will say too, the one feature that I also really like is the ability to set up our games where you actually can choose the amount of money that you start out with in game. And you can choose whether or not, X amount of that money is a loan. You can choose, there's just all these additional features in FS25 that, unless you're a PC player, you didn't even take notice of in 22. You didn't care because there was nothing you could do. You had to set up a, government subsidy sign to be able to get $1 million.
Right. Kind
of thing. So now that we actually have where you can at least start with $1 million, it just works out rather nicely.
Right. By the way, it's button C.
Have you just been sitting there and just randomly pushing buttons on your keyboard for the past few minutes?
No. To be fair, I pressed maybe 5 buttons, but until it popped up saying select camera C, I was like, oh, now I know. Thanks. I was trying to find it in the controls. No, on PC I've never had to actually use go third person. So it was very, very weird.
We were on a fishing expedition there trying to figure out what button to do.
Yeah. I'm still getting everything all figured out here for certain things. So alright. So I got 2 fields all harvested already here. I got straw. So I can bale. See, also the other big thing too, which I know a lot of people are not happy about, is that Giants made silage not as valuable as what it used to be.
Like price wise, or being able to actually get a hold of it?
No, like price rise.
I thought it was around $300 in the previous game too.
No, in FS22 it was almost 600.
Was it?
I believe so. Oh, let's see here. Thomas, I wish they would give us realistic horns. The horns that they have sound... No, I'm not going to read the last word, but... Okay. They sound horrible. No. Man, there's not much you can really do, man, unfortunately. I mean, yeah, they're kind of the meat horn, but it is what it is. Hey, you know what? That's the only thing. I'm not worried about it.
Well, yeah, and that really kind of boils it down. There is if your biggest gripe is non-realistic horns, then I think for the most part they did a pretty good job.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Ken says Wiltie's audio is going on the quiet side. You can hear BDD really clear. You know, all right, Ken. There's some things I need to work out. So it's probably just gonna be for this stream is gonna sound this way till I get everything figured out. Well, it's like what I was telling BDD while I was getting everything sorted out. I honestly have never used Discord, you know, while I streamed before. So now I know. So. Oh. That wasn't good.
Uh-oh. You breaking stuff?
No. Shh. No, I'm just kidding. No,
Did you spend over $1 million just to break something?
No. No, I went on the... there we go again. No, because I forgot how big this harvester was compared to the Massey. And so I kind of went on the lower side on accident of this shed. And it went like, nope, not today.
So, do you know over by the farmer's market, there's that little house that's right next door to the barn that's the sell point?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And you know how they have that road that goes underneath the covered awning?
Yeah.
I realize that that's a really low bridge.
Yep.
I found out the hard way. It's like, oh, they got to make it to where I can go under there. It's a road. I mean, it says so on the map. Doty.
Right.
It's like, oh, you know, if this was a real simulation and I just kind of drove into somebody's house, I would have completely took out that entire overhang.
Right. Oh, let's see here. I got canola. I think it is. Oh, canola's not very good for. I mean, the top price is $1,300. Right now, the top price is. Oh, of course, on the train.
Oh, of course.
No, I'm holding on to it. Ken says, just letting you know. I appreciate it, man. I really do. Yo, another feature that I know shame on me for even forgetting this is the animal pastures.
Yes. Oh man, the animal pastures are so cool.
Right, you can actually, oh man, okay. I think I took a screenshot. When is the next day you're streaming? Do you know?
Tonight.
Oh, perfect. I will get that sent over to you because okay. Where is it? Let me go back here. So over on field 6, 7, and 9. I mean 6, 7, 9, right?
6. Okay.
I combined all of these fields together, and then I literally put a cow pen down here and made this entire thing the whole cow pasture.
Ooh.
Do you know how many cows?
How many? I was gonna say, how many does it hold?
I think it was like 800 and something.
You know what just dawned on me? What just literally just occurred to me is this game is like the absolute worst thing for you.
Why is that?
No, because before in FS22, at least you had some kind of grounding as to how much you could get away with. So you would be able to only have, I have 6,800 head of cattle. I've got this. I've got that. Like, you got all this ridiculous levels of cows, strewn about all of Alma, Missouri, but you were limited based on the number of cows you could have because the pens were fixed at a ratio of how much you could have. Right. This pen could only hold this many cows. That's it. Now the chains have been released. and Will is going to have like 900,000 cows, and the entire map is going to be nothing but one giant cow pasture. And somehow all of his cows are going to be starving to death because he turned the entire map into one giant cow pasture, and he's only got one itty bitty, grass field that's going to be dedicated to feeding all these cows. Then he's going to end up just buying everything just so he can maintain the level of sustainability. And then he's going to be like, oh yeah, 8 million liters of manure. That's what I got today.
Ken.
Now, yeah, 10 million liters. That's what he got today. That was in 22. But somehow it's going to be like, oh yeah, 100 million liters of manure and slurry. Come on, pick up your game, guys. What are you doing?
That's too funny. No, I'm reading the chat right now. What Ken just said. Oh my gosh.
Uh-oh.
He said what? No, 6,700 cows.
That's
He said,
see.
"Ow."
Okay, so apparently I'm clairvoyant or something like that. Like I'm not. I don't even have the chat open right now, and it's one of those like him and I must have just synced up there.
I think it's funny because I forgot who it was. I saw it on YouTube. I didn't check out anything else, but I watched it briefly. If I find it, I'll send it to you. But someone placed down a cow barn. It was like the biggest cow barn, and they took out trees and everything else, and they basically made one big cow area, and it was like 3,500 head of cattle in one cow pen. I was like,
So each map, let's say the representation of this map here in Riverbed Springs, the 2x by 2x standard map, is that supposed to be a 2 mile by 2 mile representation?
So the way DJ Goham put it is the best way I can describe it. It's basically 1 by 1. It's like 1 kilometer by 1 kilometer. I think he said it was.
Okay.
So your standard 2x map. Now also.
Okay, so for us English speaking folks, 1 kilometer is.
Oh, I have no idea, honestly. Hang on, I'll look it up because I don't even know. One.
I'm sorry for our non-American followers, but we don't use that metrics of measurement. So
Now, is it to meters, right? Is it like 1 kilometer to 1 meter? Or is it like,
hold on.
because I got 1 kilometer equals 1,000 meters.
Okay, so 1 kilometer is 0.621 miles. So a little bit more than half a mile. So if standard 2x by 2x map, which is supposed to be the equivalent of 1 kilometer, is the equivalent of half a mile in game, then I'm pretty sure that kind of cow pasture that we're talking about that had 30, well, you said 3,500?
Yeah.
Is probably about a quarter of a mile. Those poor cows. Could you imagine if one cow just like do just I'm just gonna go on a little adventure today and go quarter of a mile away from its water and food source?
I think it's funny because the one that I put down right over on 6, 7, and 9, I actually was able to get it somewhat up on top of the hill by the road, and I had some trees in there, which was pretty awesome. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, plus the animal pastures have been increased,
Oh, have they?
so it's no longer 10; it's 15.
Oh, are you talking like the base?
Base game.
Yeah, so the ones where there's not a modified pasture.
Yeah, so for example, so you could place down like 15 chicken pens. You could put down like
Oh, you mean total number of
Yeah.
pastures?
yeah,
Gotcha. I'm with you now.
yeah, because like in FS22, it's like you can have like 10 animal barns. So you have like
Yes.
one cow shed, etc. That's how it is in here, but it's 15 instead of 10.
That's awesome.
So I'm like, I heard that, and I'm like, and I was reading that out loud, and Bree's like, let me guess, you're gonna have 20 million cows now.
Your wife knows you too well.
Yeah, she does. Way too well. Oh man. Now we got about 10 minutes left. Before you had to get going, there was another thing too. So like, what would you like to see in Farm Sim, like going forward?
So I'm very much impressed with the kind of buildable, constructible kind of things and the kind of general layout of Farming Simulator as a whole at the moment. Now, what I'm going to want specifically when it comes to Farming Simulator is giving that kind of constructible ability to the modding community. You know, make it to where the modders will be able to make construction buildings, make it construction houses, construction productions, things like that, like things that we can build up at a discount to be able to kind of have a community effort be put into that section of the game.
Right.
I think that would be a huge improvement. So the one thing that really drove me nuts when it came to the kind of constructibles in 22 is that you could only play them on the modified or the base game maps. So what did I just do? So like on Riverbend Springs, or not River, I'm sorry, on Silver Run Forest is where it got introduced, and then they eventually brought it over to Zelonka.
Right.
But if you didn't like Silver Run Forest or Zelonka, then you couldn't really do anything with it. It was basically just kind of a feature that was, not really existent to you. So you couldn't build the roller coasters. You couldn't build the pianos, the ships, all that stuff in 22. Well, now we've got things like the Grain Elevator Museum. We've got things like the Wagoneer. We've got the
it's like the rope playground thing.
Yeah, the playground, all that stuff.
Which I know what it turns
we've got.
into.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't even attempted that part of the game yet. But I want to be able to see the modding community be able to be that creative, because I think the modding community could come up with some amazing constructibles.
Oh, they are actually, because Giants, from what I've heard from Celebuki, is that map makers or even just modders themselves can actually now make their mods, so you have to build them, like for their sheds and stuff like that. And then and they'll actually give you an option to either just be able to place it down or you have to build it.
Now, see, that's exactly what I wanted to hear, because it's one of those. I love the concept of being able to build the stuff. Especially if you've got some of the other productions that allow you to kind of build things up. But what I really love about this game is the fact that you don't have to necessarily have to own those productions. You can just buy those materials from the warehouse.
Right, which is awesome. And the probably the best part though too, for the productions wise, is if you think about it, or not, there's the warehouse. Especially like the one here on Riverbend Springs. I'm just gonna go ahead and now save it. I'm just gonna bump over to it real quick, which I know it's right over here somewhere. You're over here, right? Yeah, right here. Visit. Yeah. So if I bump over here real quick, I'm gonna come over here. The one thing I absolutely love about this, you can drive over here. You can buy anything you need. Cement bricks and everything else like that. And of course it bumped me on the wrong side. So when you go and buy something that's right over here, it will actually spawn in all these bays, which I think is awesome. So you can just go in and get your stuff with like a pallet fork or whatever.
Yep.
You know, there's one thing I did put in as a bug. I don't know if it's a bug or not, but whenever you're using a mower, like on the ground, like the mower will actually like bounce or which I understand in real life it bounces, but not that much. Like I was using the MacDom pack on my Xbox, and it's and like the whole thing like bounced so much it like skipped over like a huge chunk of grass.
Oh wow.
So like I said, I don't know if that was meant to be that way or not, but I put it in as a bug, so I wasn't sure. Ken said apparently there's 3 collectibles next to the field on the southern end of the map. Oh, very nice. Oh, maybe I'll take a stroll over there later.
Mm-hmm.
So your overall thoughts? What do you think?
Overall for FS25, just absolutely amazing. Love this game. It is an absolute game changer when it came to the farm sim community. Like I said, I've played this for 3 iterations now. This will be the 3rd. And this is by far and away the best version of Farming Simulator that we've ever had. And when I'm saying this, please understand that I'm talking about specifically for console players, because that's what I play on. So we've got so many features that used to be exclusive to PC and Mac,
Right.
that are now available to us on consoles, like the stuff we were talking about before. So if I was given this game a rating, it would be a 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5 all day, all night. They did a fantastic job, even full well knowing the kind of issues, the quote-unquote bugs and stuff that have been found up until this point.
Right.
Which there's a floating tree over by the sawmill, by the way, which I discovered the other day. But all that kind of taken into account, I don't care. I don't care that there's the bugs, the issues, and all that stuff, because that's kind of part and parcel to modern day gaming. Once we entered into a world where issues could be fixed on the fly, this was going to be the inevitability. Is that you're always going to have games that have errors, that have issues with them. You're never going to have a game ever again that's not going to have them. So the world that people like me grew up in, where there was an entire dev team dedicated to finding and fixing these bugs, don't exist. It doesn't exist anymore.
Right.
So, yeah, 5 out of 5 all day, all night. I'm totally on board with everything that's been done up until this point, and I hope that when we start getting some of the DLCs and stuff like that, that there's going to be some really cool stuff added, because personally, I don't know where Giants goes from here. I don't know what Giants can do to make this game better.
Well, I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, it's 3:58. I know BD is going to go here shortly, so I'm going to end the stream here. I will be back probably live, of course, because we're getting new mods and stuff. Also, every Sunday I'll be doing a broadcast. Now, I don't know if BD will be able to join every Sunday. We'll see. But I definitely want to get some people on here if I can. But that's gonna be it for today, guys. If you guys like what you guys saw, make sure you smash that subscribe button. If you haven't yet, make sure you smash that like button, and then hit the bell so you get notified whenever I post a video or go live. Mainly go live. Other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys later.